The Fresh Toones Music Show is underwritten by the Animation Workshop at Animated Studio, providing animation instruction since 1993. Please visit their website at animatedstudio.com. Welcome to the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Pultz, and today I kind of debated with myself what kind of a show I wanted to share with folks today. You know, I got plenty of Fresh Tune songs that have been political or critical of things, but the vast majority of them are loving, positive songs. So I decided to go along the more positive route today and share some of my newest songs about looking for different palettes, looking for different ways of seeing things, and trying to seek them out and put them in my creative projects. And for today's theme of different palettes, I'm going to start out with a song I just recently wrote, which is kind of dangerous because nobody's ever heard them before. This song is called A Different Palette. A different palette calls your name to lift your brush, to paint what's seen. Uncertain fruit will give you thrill. Your fears will melt with joyous tears. The old will ripen into the new. What comes will pay, give back to you. A plethora of colors singing of who you are, who you're becoming. Who you're becoming will pave the way, will pave the road for a new day, to get to where you want to be. A new palette is what you need. Imagine if it's you on canvas that's rising up and melting in as you create to open doors. Use those palettes not seen before. The portrait looks the back at you, the mirror and paint revealing you. Your hand was steady and held the brush, your eyes wide open as you sought your love. Who you're becoming will pave the way, will pave the road for a new day, to get to where you want to be. A new palette is what you need. It was called A Different Palette, and actually I came up with a new way of recording for this song. I bought this thing called a guitar bow, and it sounded pretty cool when I heard it sampled on YouTube. So what I don't often do is I bought this, and then I said, I don't know if I'll ever get to use it. I've always liked the cello sound in some of my songs that were from the keyboard, but never thought of actually strumming on the guitar with a bow. And that's essentially what this guitar bow is. You put some resin on there, and then you slide it on your strings with the different notes. So I thought for this song called A Different Palette, let me use that guitar bow, and it's a different sound. And the song A Different Palette came out of it. So, you know, it's not perfect, and I'm still going to play around with this thing called a guitar bow and see where it takes me. But sticking with this theme of looking for different palettes, and this next song was the first song of 2025, and it's called Different Windows. So you can see I was already starting to get into this theme of looking for different things and then using them in my poetry and then my songwriting. I'll play this song for you now called Different Windows. different windows from which to look will give us glimpse into our love, to free our view from whence we're stuck, to crack the code and leave the mode from different windows. We must look with eyes made wide. Let us seek our love. Raise the shades and let the sunlight in. Open the window, invite her in. To look to pass, we may begin, but something new calls from within, to lift one's voice like free birds do, with nature's lilt they trill for you. From different windows we must look with eyes made wide. Let us seek our love. Raise the shades and let the sunlight in. Open the windows, invite her in. Your health, it lies in tunes that live. No labels need be, you just give. We should not seek the same to be. New windows beg, come look and see. From different windows we must look with eyes made wide. Let us seek our love. Raise the shades and let the sunlight in. Open the window, invite her in. Open the window, invite her in. Well, one of the ways I found very valuable to me for looking through different windows and trying to use different palettes is watching these things called great courses. And almost every morning when I do my stationary bike exercise, I'll watch one of these lectures. And most recently I watched a series of lectures about a new history of life, going way back to the original smallest molecules and how they developed in theory into living organisms. Nobody's really sure, but the whole process going right up through the dinosaurs and up to human development was pretty interesting, talking about millions of years. So as I watch these lectures, they start stimulating my brain to think about things differently and try to put things in perspective. This next song is called Fossils in the Song, because a lot of the course was involved with finding fossils and connecting them up with other fossils and seeing this development of life. So let me play that song for you now called Fossils in the Song. The fossils in the song lie buried there within. Between the notes they sit for those who come to dig. Their stamp is thus preserved in ageless layered words. When found they can affect, amaze and give us lives. Imprinted in the song and buried for so long, a tender wish revealed from dust that once concealed. With a song that never ends, we'll raise our voice, and when the fog it would consume, look close, there's a light for you. Fossils swept clean will disclose they are printed with a code. Come sing with all your heart, dig deep and find your love, imprinted in the song, buried for so long, a tender wish revealed from the dust that once concealed. With a song that never ends, we'll raise our voice, and when the fog it would consume, look close, there's a light for you. The fossils in the song lie buried there within. Between the notes they sit for those who come to dig. Their stamp is thus preserved in ageless layered words. When found they can affect, amaze and give us lives. With a song that never ends, we'll raise our voice, and when the fog it would consume, look close, there's a light for you. Well, I hope there's some fossils in my songs that have some value, that might give some hints to how I develop my songwriting and what I'm hopeful for the future. My songwriting interest and abilities kind of developed in the late 60s and early 70s. There were a lot of songwriters that bloomed at that time, and I think I had them kind of in mind when I wrote this song called Flowered Tongues, and how some of the rules that were ingrained in us in the 50s and the 60s as we were growing up, they kind of helped to break that down by giving us some different imagery and different sense to maybe speak up to what we hope to see. Maybe some of that's kind of dissipated over the years. But this song is called Flowered Tongues. The rules so deeply hidden from programs set in place deprived our thirsty minds then from partaking of her wine. From grapes and sunshine ripened, some fell but were not lost, lie there for us to harvest, to feed us from their love. The love they sang of still nourishes today. Their flowered tongues gave hugs to those they sang. Their flagful hopes flapped within the wind. No blast of hate did ever do them in. Like grapes that come to ripen, they glow just like the sun. Let us give the love we're meant to and sing with flowered tongues. day. Their flower tongues gave hugs to those they sang. Their flagful hopes flapped within the wind. No blast of hate did ever do them in. You're listening to The Fresh Toones Show, and today's theme is called Different Palettes. And I've been sharing my most recent songs, which is kind of dangerous, but what the hey, why not? This next song is called Yang and Ying, and it's kind of self-explanatory. I must say the inspiration for focusing in on this concept of different palettes and seeking them out, it actually goes back to my college days when I was studying the old master techniques and how my professor, my teacher, would encourage us to just use a different artist palette to try to break out of the norm of how we were painting. And then in this book that I've referenced a number of times on my radio show, written by Rick Rubin, called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. Rick Rubin is one of the most recognized record producers, and he's got this book that is really stimulating, and sometimes he'll just read a few pages and it'll just bring back it'll bring up thoughts that I've been thinking about since I was in my 20s. So it's a great book for inspiration. And I think in that book somehow this song called Yang and Ying was inspired. Yang and Ying took a walk together. Each saw something else, looked around and faced each other, gave a smile and wrapped around, to walk wide-eyed in search of love, to lift us up, to rise above. From mountaintops the echoes sing, to share the song of Yang and Ying. They strolled and told of what they saw, each other heard and looked around. What was hid beyond their sight stepped out of shade and into light, to walk wide-eyed in search of love, to lift us up, to rise above. From mountaintops the echoes sing, to share the song of Yang and Ying. Now Yang and Ying spun round together. They clarified what was always in the circle where there did lie, within the heart of the big design, to walk wide-eyed in search of love, to lift us up, to rise above. From mountaintops the echoes sing, to share the song of Yang and Ying. Well, through this process of writing poems and then writing songs, which I've been doing for the last 5 years or so, I think it's really a practice of therapy for myself, and I'm hopeful when I'm done that maybe some other folks get something out of them. This next song that's called The Journey's Worth, I was counseling myself to think of how to make this adventure, this life that I'm involved with, how to strengthen it and make the whole journey even more worthwhile. As I'm getting this information of how to encourage myself to do some of that stuff, I came up with writing a poem that has these lines in it. Listen well and write songs that tell of what you've heard and what's been learned. In your voice, speak words that would reflect your hopes of making good. And once those 4 lines, which came almost immediately when I was thinking of where this poem was going, Something like that usually starts me off on the track, and I might struggle later on, and certainly certain lines and maybe wrapping up a poem may take a long time. But once it kicks in, I'm there telling myself, or something's telling me, how to proceed. And later on, this song evolved out of those words. The song's called The Journey's Worth. Listen well and write songs that tell of what you've heard and what's been learned. In your voice speak words that would reflect your hopes of making good. Your dreams from past, so ever big, in towers high they're nestled in. To climb the jags, to give them birth, to add to the journey's worth. A patient ear can hear new sounds, etheric waves break all around. Transmit the force heard in the swell of rising tides that guides it all. Your dreams from past, so ever big, in towers high they're nestled in. To climb the jags, to give them birth, to add to the journey's worth. To try and live what best is ours, give muse of old a chance to flower. The fallen seeds will sprout and grow, will give life to a newfound hope. Your dreams from past, so ever big, in towers high they're nestled in. To climb the jags, to give them birth, to add to the journey's worth. Well, time is running out here on the Fresh Toones Show today, so I'm going to keep my intro to the next song short. This next song is called Patience, and it's certainly something I have to counsel myself on repeatedly, to be mindful that be patient, especially in my creative projects. Sometimes I have to leave them and come back and work on them again. So some words came to me for a poem and counseled me to be conscious of being patient. Homes built in haste are but a waste, can rarely stand the storm. To make your wish, place brick by brick, frame the life that's yours. Pick up your feet, let patience lead, as you seek the one you want to be. With patient hands and thoughtful plans, your love can stabilize. The steady pace can win the race, can walk the road with patience. Pick up your feet, let patience lead, as you seek the one you want to be. Homes built in haste are but a waste, can rarely stand the storms. So make your wish, place brick by brick, and frame the life that's yours. 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 I got time for one more song today. It's called The Bell Has Rung, and it was inspired by the Buddhist process of when they ring the bell in their temples to make us more aware of being in the moment, of being in those vibrations. This song is called The Bell Has Rung. The bell has rung. Were you listening? The present moment sits here for you. A small reminder, ringing true. A vibrant love communes with you. We try and grasp to clarify, to find a chance to free our lives. And she rings for you. She beckons you to come melt into in the waves of love. Come be with waves of choices rushing in. Pause and listen to the bell that rings. With eyes wide shut, you'll hear these words. When we give our love, the bell is rung, and she rings for you. She beckons you, come melt into in the waves of love. Come be. The bell is rung. Take time to listen. The present moment sits here for you. Join in the chant. Give till you're done. When we give our love, the bell is rung. She rings for you. She beckons you. Come melt into the waves of love. Come be. Well, that's it for the Fresh Toones Show today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I encourage you to go out and find some different palettes to work from. Have fun. Have a great week. Keep painting, keep singing, keep writing, whatever you like to do. So long now. Bye. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can.